Imagine stepping into a city where the aroma of strong Bosnian coffee hangs in the air one moment, and the next, you're surrounded by this, well, grand elegance of Austro-Hungarian architecture.
It's a fascinating collision, yeah.
And it's exactly what we're exploring today. Sarajevo, the vibrant capital of Bosnia and Herzegovina.
And for you, our listener, if you want to get to the heart of a subject quickly, really thoroughly, this is kind of your fast track. We're doing a deep dive into Sarajevo, drawing out the essential insights from a recent visitor's fresh experiences, and also the deep historical currents that flow beneath the city.
Precisely. We've got two key pieces of material guiding us. First, there's a really engaging YouTube video captures those initial, unfiltered impressions of Sarajevo.
Yes, it's good.
And then we have a detailed text document that provides the crucial historical and cultural framework.
Right. Our goal here is really to connect these two perspectives, to take those sort of on-the-ground observations and weave them together with the fundamental historical context, giving you a real sense of what makes Sarajevo the unique place it is today.
So let's start with those first impressions then from the YouTube video. What really struck the vloggers was how Sarajevo was, and they said this, not what we expected. It was a genuinely pleasant surprise, wasn't it? They kept mentioning the beautiful green mountains all around, the rivers flowing through the city, and this quaint little old town.
And what's interesting about that initial reaction is maybe why Sarajevo defies those expectations. Perhaps there's a tendency, to focus on its more recent turbulent history.
That's probably true.
So to be immediately met with natural beauty and this charming old quarter, it really sets a compelling stage. And their description of the quaint little old town, well, that perfectly captures the essence of Başarija, its historical core.
Absolutely. Başarija, which they rightly recognized as this historic old bazaar. Intricate handcrafts, inviting Bosnian cafes, traditional restaurants. They even picked up on that distinct Ottoman feel with the mosques and, of course, the ever-present Bosnian Turkish coffee.
And our text document confirms this, doesn't it? This deep Ottoman influence, tracing the city's origins back to the 15th century and emphasizing its lasting imprint on that very old quarter.
Exactly.
That Ottoman legacy isn't just visual, though. It's woven into the city's social fabric, its customs, and definitely its culinary traditions, which I think we'll get to.
Oh, yeah.
But then the video shows this almost immediate shift. They ventured into the European part of town, and suddenly you're seeing this grand Austro-Hungarian architecture.
That's striking.
They even commented on feeling like they'd stepped into two different cities. What does that rapid change in architectural style tell us about Sarajevo's past?
It really does hit you, like you said. You can be wandering through those narrow, winding Ottoman-era streets, and then just a short walk later, boom, you're surrounded by these imposing, more formal buildings.
Right.
And the text document really fills in that picture, detailing the late 19th century Austro-Hungarian period and their, significant architectural contributions. It truly underscores Sarajevo as this fascinating meeting point of cultures, East meets West.
Yeah, both sources really hammer that home.
They do.
This constant interplay between these two major cultural influences is what defines so much of Sarajevo's character. It's not just about different building styles existing side by side, it's about how centuries of different empires and traditions have sort of layered upon each other, creating something entirely unique.
Okay, let's talk about something that really gives you a sense of a place, the food.
Ah, yes.
They really immersed themselves in the culinary scene. First up was burek.
Okay, and what's notable about their burek experience is that they sought out a dedicated burekjinica, right? A restaurant specializing solely in burek.
Yeah.
That tells you something about its importance in Bosnian cuisine. They sampled the cheese and potato fillings and mentioned the traditional saç cooking method, baking it under a metal dome covered with embers.
Right, the coals on top.
Exactly. And the fact that it's often served with plain yogurt is also a key part of that traditional meal.
And they were clearly enthusiastic, describing it as possibly my favorite thing ever.
High praise.
Sounds like the ultimate comfort food.
Sure.
Then they moved on to another Bosnian staple, cevapi.
And again, they made a point of visiting a specialized eatery, a evabjinica. And the fact that they highlighted the quality assessment, stating a 99.04% beef content, well, that speaks volumes about the pride in using high-quality ingredients in these traditional dishes.
That is some serious dedication to beef.
It really is. It's not just street food. It's clearly a craft there.
They definitely seem to enjoy it, especially with the kajmak, that rich clotted cream they mentioned.
Oh yeah, the kajmak is essential.
And then, of course, no visit to Sarajevo is complete without experiencing Bosnian coffee.
Absolutely. The traditional way of serving and drinking it, the special pot, the drizva, the small cups, the filjani, and the customary way of dipping the sugar cube, it's much more than just a caffeine boost.
It's a whole ritual.
It's a ritual, exactly, a social act deeply embedded in Bosnian culture.
They also bravely ventured into the world of rakića, that potent fruit brandy.
Ah, rakića!
Trying the cherry and pear varieties, and the fact that the restaurant they visited in Visegrad also functioned as a rakića bar that sounds like a real immersion into local customs.
Definitely. What does the prevalence of dedicated rakića bars tell us about its role in Bosnian social life?
Well, it suggests that rakića is more than just a strong drink. It's part of celebrations, social gatherings, maybe even just everyday life for some. The fact that they found a restaurant in Visegrad that also specialized in it, yeah, that indicates its cultural significance in the variety that exists.
And their experience at Restaurant Visegrad trying the Bosnian mixed plate, what was on that again?
Let's see. Stuffed peppers, sarma, which are stuffed cabbage rolls, stuffed tomatoes, and kajmak again.
Right. It really reinforces the theme of hearty, home-cooked, traditional food. Very comforting, probably.
It all sounds incredibly flavorful and, according to their video, surprisingly affordable.
The food and drinks. Yeah.
At least the food and drinks were. They did have a funny anecdote about getting caught out by a surprisingly expensive fake football shirt.
Ah. Well, that little moment adds a touch of reality to any travel experience, doesn't it?
True.
You can find great value, but you still need to be a savvy traveler. But the emphasis on these traditional foods and the specific types of places they sought out really highlights the importance of culinary heritage in Sarajevo.
Okay, shifting gears a bit, let's discuss some of those significant historical landmarks they encountered. Pigeon Square, with the Sibilj fountain, was clearly a must-see.
Ah, the Sibilj. The charming legend of drinking its water to ensure your return to Sarajevo is such a sweet piece of local folklore.
He is nice.
And its Ottoman Empire origins, as our text confirms, directly link it to the city's foundational history.
Right. And the vlogger's humorous reaction to the pigeons just adds a bit of modern-day reality, I suppose, to a timeless landmark.
Always the pigeons. Then there's the Latin Bridge, a location carrying, well, immense historical weight.
Yeah, that's putting it mildly.
Both the video and our text underscore its pivotal, tragic role in triggering World War I with the assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand. The text also mentions the nearby museum dedicated to that event, which would offer even deeper insight into those critical moments. It's quite sobering, isn't it, to stand in a place that had such a profound impact on global history?
Absolutely. And then the Sarajevo roses. These really stood out in the video for their poignant beauty.
They are incredibly powerful. Their significance as deeply personal memorials to those who were killed during the Bosnian War is just very moving.
Yeah.
Marking the very spots where mortar rounds struck, they serve as a powerful and constant reminder of the city's recent suffering and, importantly, its resilience. The text provides the vital context of the Bosnian War from 92 to 95 and the long, brutal siege of Sarajevo.
Such a tough period. They also made their way up to the Yellow Fortress, Nuta Tabića.
Right. Described as a wonderfully romantic spot to watch the sunset.
It's beautiful in the video.
And its historical roots, dating back to between 1727 and 1739, according to the video, provide another layer of context. It's a place where you can appreciate the city's beauty while also connecting with its long and layered past.
And finally, they briefly mentioned the 1984 Winter Olympics hosted in Sarajevo and the abandoned bobsleigh track. Although they faced some technical difficulties trying to get there via cable car.
Ah, pity they missed it. But what does the legacy of the Olympics signify for Sarajevo, do you think?
Well, it represents a more recent period of perhaps unity and international recognition for the city before the war.
That's a good point.
The abandoned bobsleigh track, while now a relic, serves as a tangible reminder of that time and the city's connection to the surrounding mountains for recreation and sport.
Yeah, a reminder of different times.
Throughout their experiences, both in the video and as detailed in the text, the enduring theme of Sarajevo as a city where diverse cultures and religions peacefully coexist really shines through.
It does. The image of minarets standing alongside church spires is such a powerful visual representation of this. The text even refers to Sarajevo as the Jerusalem of Europe, highlighting this unique and, well, often delicate balance.
Yeah, and mentions specific examples like the Sacred Heart Cathedral and the Old Orthodox Church.
Exactly. Prime examples of this long history of different faiths sharing the same urban space.
And despite its undeniably difficult history, the text emphasizes the remarkable resilience of Sarajevo, its ability to recover from the devastation of the Bosnian War and emerge as a symbol of resilience, multiculturalism, and peace.
That resilience is key. The Sarajevo Tunnel Museum, which they didn't visit in the video but is mentioned in our text, stands as a profound testament to that resilience and the sheer ingenuity of its people during the siege.
Incredible story, the tunnel.
That spirit of resilience is truly palpable in Sarajevo today, I think. To have endured such profound hardship and yet maintain such a vibrant and welcoming atmosphere, it speaks volumes about the character of the city and its inhabitants.
So as we bring this deep dive to a close, it's clear that Sarajevo is a city defined by its captivating contrasts. You've got the rich heritage of the Ottoman Empire blending almost seamlessly with the architectural legacy of the Austro-Hungarian period.
Creating this unique cultural tapestry that's visible in its buildings, savored in its cuisine, and really felt in its very spirit.
It's a city that carries the visible and, the invisible marks of a turbulent history, from the assassination that ignited a global conflict to the more recent and devastating siege.
Yet it hasn't just survived. It has actively rebuilt and reemerged as a dynamic and welcoming destination. It's quite remarkable.
And hopefully this exploration has provided you, our listener, with a kind of shortcut to understanding that essence, connecting those immediate, engaging impressions with the deeper, more nuanced historical realities. The taste of authentic Burek, the powerful weight of history at the Latin Bridge, the poignant symbolism of the Sarajevo Roses.
Which leaves us with a compelling thought, perhaps. How does a city that has navigated such dramatic historical shifts, endured immense suffering, still radiate such beauty, such warmth, and such a strong sense of cultural fusion?
Yeah, what can we learn from that?
What fundamental lessons can Sarajevo's journey offer us about the strength of the human spirit, maybe, and the enduring power of cultural exchange in our increasingly interconnected world? Perhaps this will inspire you to delve further into the complex history of the Balkans, or maybe the fascinating ways in which cultural crossroads shape the identities of cities across the globe.